PXG have been around since 2013, and in terms of their brand profile, they've kind of gone all over the place. Now in 2023, they've released a golf ball. The PXG Extreme golf balls is a three-piece soft urethane cover golf ball that has been in the works for nearly 10 years. PXG's goal with this is to take over the ball scene. They have noted that the Pro V1, Pro V1X has been the dominator for the last, probably since I was born. But they're here to disrupt the market with the PXG Extreme golf balls. Coming in at $40 or $39.99, this is up there. It's a premium tour golf ball. And you can get it through PXG from the D2C, and you can also get it through Amazon as well. Little bit pricey if we're talking about it, because it's just going in there. I would like it to be a little bit cheaper, especially if you just get a dozen, because there is a delivery fee. But if it's the best ball in golf, who cares? I've been hitting this golf ball for the last few days now, and there's 4 things that I found out about it, and they all relate to different parts of your game. First up, driving, or off the tee. To rival the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X, to be honest, the PXG Extreme golf ball has to have some things that are quite similar to it. Its compression sits right between the Pro V1 and Pro V1X, and the dimple pattern is just a few dimples short to be exactly the same. To rival the Pro V1X, it has to be good for faster swing speeds, like myself. I've been hitting this over at Gray's Golf to get some numbers with certain drivers, such as the one in my hand today, Wilson Dynapower, Callaway Paradigm, and TaylorMade Stealth 2 Plus. The good news is it does hold up very well to faster swing speeds. The spin is slightly higher than the Pro V1, so I don't think it's a lower spinning golf ball, but this is only by about 50 to 100 RPM, so it's nothing crazy. What I do really like though from off the tee, from drivers, fairway woods, and then going into those long irons, is this golf ball has a very notable smack when you're hitting it. From 100 mile an hour club head speed and above, this really does feel like a tour golf ball. If you're comparing it to a 3-piece golf ball, let's say the Callaway Chrome Soft, there's a very big difference in feel off the tee here, because I don't think this golf ball feels that soft. It's a lot more of a harder smack, and you can hear it in the sound. That's quite a metallic thud. I know we've got a driver with a lot of carbon, but it's a big difference. When we get to in the fairway from about 150 yards or so, this is where I think this golf ball excels the most in all of these categories. As it kind of sits between the Pro V1 and Pro V1X, it's almost like you get benefits of both if we're comparing it. I'm noticing quite a lot of height for about 150 yards or so, which is good, but the spin's not climbing up too much. So in actually comparing it to the Pro V1 and Pro V1X, I feel like the descent angle is a little bit higher, meaning that if I'm hitting it from 150 yards, it's going to go 150 yards. It's not going to go 152, 153, or 154. This is a 6 iron. With a slightly slower swing speed now of my 8 or 9 iron, going about 90 mile an hour, I feel like the ball actually feels a little bit better, less of a smack, and has a little bit more personality to it now, which is really good, because for these scoring clubs, for your 9 iron, 8 iron, 7 iron, I think this is a lot more important to get less of a harder feeling golf ball and a ball that has a little more of a pleasing feel. I don't like saying soft, because it's not necessarily soft, but it's got a little bit more to it. That's the best shot I've hit in my life. So I've put the shot tracer on there. You saw that one went really high in the air, but I can see that golf ball went actually slightly into the wind as well. And that did not have a lot of spin on it. That was pretty much equidistant to what I'd expect, well, for a Pro V1 and Pro V1X, right in between the two. So it's good for your scoring clubs, but what about short game? Is where the plan changes slightly. Rather than wanting to hit it quite high with a high descent angle and okay spin, when you're going to go with the sand wedge, a gap wedge, it's a bit lower and with a bit more spin. In all honesty, when I was hitting these at Gray's Golf, comparing these against other premium golf balls, there was no real difference that I can mention on the GC Quad. They're all very similar to each other. There was no massive difference in descent angle, spin, apex, nothing of the sorts. The main difference, again, between the PXG Extreme and some other premium golf balls like the Pro V1 and Pro V1X is the feel off the face. For chip shots, like this one here, bloody hell, you see the way I went right with the punching? There's a slightly different feel to it. And again, I don't want to say the word soft, but it feels like other golf balls, such as the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X, are slightly clickier off the face. I don't think I've ever used clicky for a Pro V before, but the PXG Extreme has a bit more of a smack to it. Again, quite like off the tee with a metal wood. These greens are woeful. I did hit a few shots from about 80 yards away, and I did actually try it out against a Pro V1 that I had too. And what I noticed, it's not concrete evidence, but the PXG Extreme golf balls had about 1 to 2 yards less roll on these awful greens compared to the Pro V. And actually my dispersion was pretty good as well. I could see that the data that I was getting across all of these golf balls was very consistent to each other. So what I'm liking about these golf balls are, they are very consistent in terms of the data you're getting across the set, from driver to irons to wedges, but it's doing what a premium golf ball should. At the end of the day, for short game, what I will say is it comes down to personal preference really. There are golf balls that you will probably prefer to the PXG Extreme. It does come down to you trying it out and seeing which golf ball is more preferable. A golf ball that's softer, a golf ball that's clickier, a golf ball that's harder. It all comes down to feel for the short game, because for these premium golf balls, I'll be honest, they all perform pretty similar. Now look at that. Putting is the final piece of the puzzle of these new PXG Extreme golf balls. And there are some pros and there are some cons to this asset of this product. First of all, despite PXG being a fairly loud brand in what they're talking about, this golf ball itself is quite quiet. You've got the PXG logo and a really funky alignment line that I really like. I would liken it to a Vice golf ball in terms of the alignment. It's quite bold, but not too bold that it is a bit off-putting, such as, let's say, Truvis or Triple Track, things like that, where you're getting it for the alignment aid. This makes the golf ball very easy to use, but off the putter face, as you would expect with what I've been saying so far about the golf ball, it's quite a dull feeling. The way I would explain this is, it doesn't really feel like I'm ever hitting the sweet spot of the putter when I'm actually using it. Now, this could be because maybe I don't ever hit the sweet spot of the putter, but when I'm using a Scotty Cameron here, I don't feel that pleased when I'm hitting a putt right off the sweet spot. I do think there are some premium golf balls around the $40 to $50 range that do feel a little bit nicer. If we're comparing it to the Titleist Pro V1 and Pro V1X, I think that golf ball does come up trumps in this instance. Is it a lot though? Not really. This golf ball at $39.99 in the US is a very good golf ball. Durability wise as well, I do think it holds up pretty well. Not up there with Titleist just yet, but it's pretty similar to the likes of the Callaway Chrome Soft and the Vice Pro Plus, which are a similar price bracket. All in all, this golf ball is a great introduction from PXG, and I'm expecting a lot more from them in the golf ball market over the next few years. Similar to what they've done with their brand, I would expect something like an 0211 golf ball maybe, something that's a little bit cheaper, around the $25 to $35 mark, but that's just me guessing. We'll have to find out over the next few years. Let me know what you think of this brand new PXG Extreme golf ball down in the comments. I know a lot of you will be a big fan of it, and I really do think it will suit a lot of your guys' game. What I'm really interested to see is if any PXG players will actually put the golf ball in their bag, such as Zach Johnson. It's supposed to rival the Pro V1 and Pro V1X. Will it be good enough for the PGA Tour players? Let's find out. Thanks for watching today, guys. If you are new to GolfMagic, smash that subscribe button, and I will catch you at the next video.